Our minds are constantly bombarded with information. We process sights, sounds, smells, and thoughts at lightning speed. But what if I told you that beneath this conscious awareness, a hidden world of messages is quietly shaping our thoughts, desires, and actions? These are the subliminal messages, the whispers beneath the roar, that exert a powerful, often unnoticed influence on our daily lives. Join me as we pull back the curtain and explore the intriguing realm of subliminal messages, uncovering how they work and the impact they have on us. This isn't science fiction. This is about understanding the subtle ways our subconscious minds are targeted and influenced every single day. From the advertisements we see to the music we hear, subliminal messages are pervasive, often operating without our conscious knowledge. By understanding this hidden world, we can become more aware consumers of information and ultimately more in control of our own minds. Imagine a flashing image on a screen, gone so quickly you barely register it consciously. Or a word whispered so faintly, it's lost in the background noise. These are examples of subliminal messages, stimuli designed to bypass your conscious awareness and lodge themselves directly into your subconscious. They operate on the principle that our brains process far more information than we consciously realize. Our subconscious minds are like sponges, soaking up everything around us, even stimuli we're not directly aware of. Subliminal messages exploit this by presenting information below the threshold of conscious perception, yet still detectable by the subconscious. Think of it like a stealthy messenger slipping a note into your pocket without you noticing. You may not be aware of the message, but it's there, potentially influencing your thoughts and actions in subtle ways. The idea that something we don't even consciously perceive can influence our choices might seem unsettling, but the evidence suggests that subliminal messages can have a real impact on our behavior. Consider the world of advertising. Advertisers are masters at using imagery, music, and even subtle cues in product placement to evoke emotions and associate their brands with positive feelings. A classic example is the use of subliminal messages in movie theaters. The legend goes that by flashing images of popcorn and soda on screen for a fraction of a second, sales of these concessions skyrocketed. While the validity of this particular study is debated, it illustrates the principle of how subliminal messages can influence our desires even for something as simple as a snack. This same principle can be applied to a wide range of choices we make, from the products we buy to the people we find attractive. Section 4. Beyond manipulation. Can subliminal messages be a force for good? The use of subliminal messages has often been linked to manipulation and control, and for good reason. The idea of our thoughts and actions being influenced without our consent raises ethical concerns. However, like any tool, subliminal messaging is not inherently good or bad, it's all in how it's used. Just as easily as it can be used to sell products or influence opinions, subliminal messaging can also be harnessed for positive change. Imagine using subliminal messages to boost self-esteem, reduce anxiety, or promote healthy habits by embedding positive affirmations or calming imagery in audio programs or even visual art. It's possible to tap into the power of the subconscious to promote personal growth and well-being. While more research is needed to fully understand the potential of subliminal messages for good, the possibilities are intriguing. Section 5. Spotting the smoke and mirrors. Recognizing subliminal tactics. The subtle nature of subliminal messages makes them difficult to detect, but not impossible. By understanding the common tactics used, we can become more discerning consumers of information and less susceptible to unwanted influence. Advertisers, for example, often use techniques like embedded imagery, where a picture is hidden within a larger image, designed to be picked up by the subconscious but not readily apparent to the conscious mind. Pay attention to the background of advertisements, album covers, and even websites. Are there any subtle images or words that seem out of place or evoke an emotional response? Another common tactic is the use of subaudible messages. These are messages embedded in audio tracks, often music or nature sounds that are played at a volume too low to be consciously heard but can still be processed by the subconscious. If you find yourself inexplicably drawn to a particular product or message, it's worth considering whether subliminal techniques may be at play. Section 6. Reclaiming your mind strategies for resisting subliminal influence. Knowledge is power. By becoming aware of the existence and potential impact of subliminal messages, we take a significant step towards mitigating their influence. The first line of defense is simply being mindful of the messages we're exposed to. Pay attention to advertising, especially those that seem to evoke strong emotions or desires that feel out of character. Question the motives behind the messages you encounter. Be wary of products or services that promise quick fixes or unrealistic results, as these are often marketing ploys that rely on subliminal persuasion. Another strategy is to limit your exposure to potential sources of subliminal messages. This might involve reducing your consumption of advertising, choosing calming and neutral background music, or simply being more selective about the information you allow into your mind. Remember, you have the power to choose what influences you. Section 7. The power of awareness. Choosing consciousness in a world of hidden persuasion. The world of subliminal messages can feel like a hidden game being played without our consent. But by understanding the rules of the game, we can level the playing field. Awareness is key. By recognizing the ways in which our subconscious minds can be influenced, we can become more conscious consumers of information and make choices that align with our own values and goals. This is not about living in fear of hidden messages, but rather about embracing a mindset of awareness and critical thinking. The more we understand about the subtle forces that shape our thoughts and actions, the more empowered we become to make conscious choices and live authentically in a world saturated with hidden persuasion. The power to choose is ours. Subscribe to Soul Spree, explore, inspire, and transform.